you were saying that XRP hasn't been performing very well, right? And that's why I brought this chart up. I really just wanted to show you that if you remove the SEC volatility here, that XRP actually is riding a pretty decent trend line and approaching the all-time highs. So even though it's underperforming in the crypto sector, obviously suppressed by the SEC filing lawsuit, you know, it's not doing that badly. Okay, yeah, if you compare it to other cryptos, I know it's not doing it. It would have been better to put that money in other cryptos at this point, but obviously there's two factors, right? If the settlement goes a good way, XRP will probably take off, and if it goes a bad way, then XRP is going to crap, right? So is that really what XRP is about? Is it betting on the outcome of the settlement?
I mean, looking at your charts, Dean, the facts are the facts, right? It looks good. You're absolutely right. The way you illustrated it, it looks good. I believe XRP is a horse race and kind of a hopium situation, you know, like we're betting against the US government because, you know, we want XRP and crypto to prevail. That's what I believe.
Yeah, wait. Isn't that, didn't you just explain every crypto?
That is every crypto, but I think XRP in particular, because XRP is in an absolute entanglement with our US government, where the other ones aren't as much under scrutiny. So I think that's my concern with XRP, and that's why people have hope for it, because it is absolutely in the middle of the war with the government, and people are waiting for Ripple and XRP to win, right? And their hope is that when it wins, they're also going to get this huge reward at the end of it. And I think a lot of people have seen $500, $1,000 out there, and I think that's ridiculous. You know, you and I were just chatting, and why don't you just show us kind of in the charts what you think the realistic price range? You know, even if everything goes great for XRP, where does this thing end up?
Well, I mean, yeah, that's what's crazy about it, is that it's really like two different scenarios. Scenario A and scenario B, right? Hold on, let me get rid of this. All right, so honestly, with the way it's trending, let's say, you know, is there a third scenario of what if there isn't a settlement before the bull market, you know, hits its peak? What about that scenario? And under those conditions, you know, we have this trend line, right? So if this trend continues, I would think that it could hit a price of somewhere between $10 and $20. All right, if nothing changes, because if nothing changes, the assumption is that this trend will continue. So really, what the SEC lawsuit and settlement or whatever potential is there is really about changing this trend line. If it goes poorly, it'll go down. If it goes well, then likely this trend line, it'll outperform this trend line. So there's three scenarios, but we didn't really consider what if, you know, we get to the end of the year or the beginning of the year, or whenever people start thinking that the bull market is over, where will it be then? And my guess would be somewhere between 10 and 20 bucks, which kind of sounds good to me. But of course, other cryptos will be God knows where, how many percentage points up, right?
Yeah, I mean, and again, it depends on where you entered the market. If you entered the market on XRP like you did at 20 some cents, and myself, I think it's great because you're going to get that. If it goes to 10 or $20, you're talking about a 20, 30, 40x return, right? Maybe even more than that. That's fantastic. So I'll take that. Any crypto, I'll take that any day of the week. If you're coming in at $1, don't expect it to be a 500x return. I think that's my point, right? I think that people should be realistic when they're investing, and they should know what they're getting into. But the scenario that you just laid out for me, which is that three-pronged approach, I like that, because that actually gives me a little bit more hope because I think you're absolutely right. I think this thing is absolutely on a trajectory to increase as other cryptos are increasing, as Bitcoin is increasing. This thing is going along with the crypto market, which is actually kind of interesting considering all the pressure that it's under, right? But then if the SEC loses the case or they decide to settle and it's favorable for XRP, then we get turbocharged, right? So
Yeah.
then we could just have this massive explosion. And when I say massive explosion, we'd be closer to 20 than we would be to 10, right? So I'm actually really liking your analysis on that. The third one is, of course, something that we all have to keep, in the back of our minds is, holy cow, what if this thing does go to zero? What if the SEC just crushes XRP? They call it a security and the game is over. That's the one that gives me worry. But at $1, I'll put a few dollars on that bet. I'll gamble that. My position is pretty solid in XRP. It's been pretty solid for years. I didn't sell when the SEC filed. I actually looked at buying more at that point, but I said, boy, I sure have a lot in my portfolio, so let me just leave it. And I ended up buying just a few more while I was doing some videos. But,
Yeah.
I would say
Um,
that, what would you say right now if you were looking to buy it? Would you buy it at $1.17?
yeah, it's funny that you just sort of said the way that you handled it, which is that you had enough of it, so you're sitting tight. And I have felt the same way. I have quite a bit of it, bought it, at a good price before the SEC, before the Coinbase lockout. And I feel pretty good about it. But just to address, you said if it goes to zero, but haven't we've discussed that before, and the fact that that's only the United States
Yeah.
eating it up. So, whether or not it would go to zero when the rest of the world might be using it, yeah, that's a pretty unlikely scenario, I guess, right?
Yeah, I think what I mean by that is it will definitely, if it's trading at $1.17 right now, tomorrow the SEC wins the lawsuit, you're definitely losing money.
Yeah, yeah,
You're definitely losing money. Will it go to absolute zero? Probably not. Probably not. It'll
yeah.
still it will still have legs like it has had legs, even with the lawsuit. So you're absolutely right.
Hey, here's an idea. Let's say that the SEC wins the lawsuit and it just absolutely tanks. Would that not be a good time to buy it? Because it might take longer for it to get somewhere and for the rest of the world to start using it. But, on a longer time frame, you remove the United States from the equation and it's still a great product and people still want it and it still works. Man, that might be the time to buy. I don't know.
I always
Buy.
say if I ever internationally travel, I have XRP on me, right? So that's yeah. I thought it was a fantastic opportunity to buy when it crashed. When you bought, I think it was a fantastic opportunity, right? Um, I always think to myself, I don't mind having it. I bought it at a cheap enough level that I'm very happy with that. It's good to have in my portfolio. It's not a risk. I think it would be a risk for people to buy. I think the higher the price goes, the higher your risk goes, and the lower your return becomes. But that is exactly how it plays out in anything, right? Any crypto that you're buying right now. The higher the price goes, the less return you're going to have, the more downside risk you're going to be exposed to. I'll tell you what. I'll give you my opinion. I would still buy at $1.17. I still think it's got a lot of potential. And if you don't know how to buy this, I'm going to tell you there's a video right up there that will show you how to buy it. So please, if you've been liking what Dean and I are talking about, please like and subscribe. It helps us tremendously. It motivates us to create more videos just like this. And it also tells the YouTube algorithms, hey, I like these guys too. So they're going to promote us more and all that. So thank you for watching. Dean, thank you. I think this analysis was pretty spot on. I'm pretty stoked about XRP. I've always been stoked about XRP. I think you've given me something really to think about with this second perspective. Like, we're adding a turbocharger to XRP once this lawsuit closes. And I think that's what a lot of people are hoping for. I know that's what I'm hoping for. And I hope that's what you're hoping for too.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, good talking to you, Gary, and I'll see you next time.
That sounds great, Dean. Have a good day.
Bye bye.